Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Kalica and you're probably going to think twice about what you wear to the grocery store after watching this video. Lady assaults me over hot sauce. My son told me I should put this incident on the Reddit category, so here I go. I'm new here and don't know all the formats, but nonetheless, here we go. I'm an early bird, waking at 3:30 am to prepare a fresh meal for my husband to take to work. He works at 4:45 am. We have one car, so he and I go off to his work and I drop him off. I'm in need of a few things from the store, so I head off to pick them up from the local grocery store that opens at 5. It's important that I note I'm wearing yoga clothes, yoga pants and a loose tunic white and grey because I'm going home and doing my yoga to maintain my usual routine. As I'm walking through the almost empty store, there are mostly stock people working hard and a lady who's also my friend up front at self-checkout. I love shopping this early because it's so quiet and peaceful and it fits into my love of calm in the morning. I stop in the condiments area to get some ketchup. Then comes crazy hot sauce lady. HL is hot sauce lady, me is me, duh. Hot sauce lady loudly exclaims, "Why is this hot sauce so expensive?" I smile and shrug, then turn back to minding my own business. Hello, why are you ignoring me? I can't ignore you because you're being very loud. Also, I don't know why it's that price, I don't work here. Everyone who works here is wearing blue and orange, so do I look like that? Bull, I saw you talking to the lady up front. Yes, I'm a regular here and she's my friend. So you work here but you're off right now? So you could tell me why it's so expensive? I'm sorry, but as I said before, I'm a regular shopper here and do not work here. What do you think I can explain about the price that will make a difference? What can anyone do for you about the price? You're a witch, why won't you help me? I reply sternly, again, I can't help you, now please go away. With a red and irate face, I mean she could be a cartoon with steam coming out of her ears, crazy hot sauce lady slams her cart into mine, causing it to hit my stomach, tearing my shirt and scratching and bruising me. I pushed her cart off mine and at this point I had to control my temper and walk away. I started going directly to the front to tell my friend who's stationed at self-checkout to call the police. I had left my phone in the car. As I'm on the way there, hot sauce lady is reaching into my cart and throwing my items on the floor. Thankfully, my friend had already heard the commotion and decided to go ahead and call the police. One of the guys who was stocking the shelves came over and got between hot sauce lady and I. She proceeded to scream like a toddler, throwing a tantrum and started provoking the stock guy by getting in his face, screaming profanities and racist comments and poking him in the chest. This guy is at least 6'2" and 270 pounds, twice her size. This went on for what seemed like forever, probably about 15 to 20 minutes, until the police arrived, catching her red-handed assaulting the poor stock guy, who was super patient and calm despite her abuse. The police go over and immediately put her in handcuffs. Surprisingly, while she was handcuffed she calmed down, but lied and told them that I assaulted her. They looked at her with disbelief. I'm sure it's because of what they just witnessed. The police asked me to wait while they detain her, and I did. After reviewing the security footage and speaking with witnesses, she was arrested and charged with 2 counts of assault, vandalism and larceny. As the security footage caught her putting things in her bag without paying, and the kicker, the hot sauce was $1.75. Yes, you read that correctly. She freaked out over $1.75. Wow. The police told me that they believe she was under the influence of some type of drug, although that wasn't verified as far as I know. Anyway, I've never had anything like this happen until it did. Hopefully nothing like this will ever happen again. The thing is, why did she complain about the price of the hot sauce if she was just stealing things anyway? That's a question I'd like to have answered. Have a good day, everyone. That's actually a really valid question. Maybe she just wanted to fight someone. Maybe she actually was under the influence of something, and OP telling her she didn't work there was perceived as some sort of aggression? I don't know. It's hard trying to get into the mindset of a Karen. Karen is shut down by my uniform. I've read a load of Karen stories on this subreddit, but I've never met one in the wild. Until last week. It was hot last week, 33 degrees, but it felt like 42. I had some birthday party items to pick up for a work-related function. I was in my summer uniform, a shirt with no jacket, and I went to Walmart because they've got a decent party section and fantastic AC. I found my way to the right section and chatted briefly with a sales associate. I started gathering the supplies I needed and putting them in my cart. I pulled one item, and that caused a cascade of everything else behind it to fly onto the floor. My mother always taught me that if you make a mess, clean it up. So I squat down and start putting the stuff I spilled back on the shelf. Then, from over my right shoulder, I hear, ahem. I kept putting the stock back, shame on me for not responding. I hear a voice that's somewhere between the caw of a crow and the rasp of a 30-year, 2-pack-a-day smoking habit. I'm talking to you. Stop stocking the shelves and tell me where the art supplies are. I turned my head, and there before me was a vision standing, 40-ish, with an asymmetrical haircut, laden with gold-coloured jewellery, coloured because there was green marks around her neck, in a pink sports bra and short shorts made of this amazingly strong synthetic knit fabric. She obviously firmly believed one side does indeed fit all, but missed the part about it shouldn't. I said to this woman, one of God's own very special creations, I'm sorry, I'm Canadian, but I don't, and I'm cut off. You're a manager, tell me where the effing art supplies are. I rephrased, I don't work here, can't help you. She wanted to talk to my boss and threatened to call corporate to let them know their managers are lying about working there to avoid helping customers. Then she launched into a string of invective worthy of a longshoreman, so I stood up and turned to face her. She was struck dumb. Her mouth was moving but no sound was coming out, and she'd gone pale under her shoe leather tan. Now, to be fair, I was wearing a light blue shirt and dark grey dress pants, but it's my uniform that made the difference. I have a white collar type of job. I'm the chaplain at a medium security prison, the chaplain for a group of World War II veterans, and the chaplain for a group of Afghan war veterans being treated for post-traumatic stress syndrome. This last group is the one I was shopping for. You know you've been hanging around military veterans when cursing doesn't even faze you anymore. So there I was, in my light blue shirt with my clerical collar. I asked her, do you kiss your children with that potty mouth? Then I told her that corporate doesn't have a phone, but if she wanted to talk to my boss, she could do so directly on Sunday at the church, just a few blocks away from the Walmart. By this time, her vocal cords had recovered, but the only sound coming out was a cross between a squeaky door hinge and a chicken that just laid an egg. I turned and pushed my cart down the aisle towards the checkout. The sales associate I spoke with earlier was just around the corner. Apparently he came back to the aisle to see what the screeching was about and had seen the ending. He was doubled over with silent laughter, holding his sides. All he could do was mouth thank you, and I was off. A man on a mission. Wow, talk about literally putting the fear of God into someone. I really don't work at this haunted attraction and I won't be coming back. Disclaimer, sorry if this is long, but seriously, this is several I don't work here moments at one place at one night that even I'm surprised I had that many. It was such a weird night. Note, I don't understand the flare thing, so if I got it wrong, I'm sorry. This happened last Halloween season, and it's traditional that I go and do a haunted hayride, haunted house, and a haunted maze each year. And normally I'll try to do one place that has all three. I always go with a friend or a group of friends. I have one I know well and went each year. Well, last year I was gonna go with two friends. One bailed, leaving me with an extra ticket. So upon us getting there, we asked one of the workers what would be a good way to see if we could cancel or get a refund for the ticket. While we're having this chat, another worker comes up and says without noticing our conversation, "Get the keys, you're driving the tractor on the first run." My friend and I assumed she's talking to the worker we were talking to, so we tried to bid goodbye. We turned to go to the check-in window to see if they could help us as it was now open. At least we could check in and get our fun started. But nope. I felt someone grab my wrist. "Where do you think you're going?" "To check in? Let go, I don't..." "Didn't you just hear me?" "You were talking to him, not us. Now let her go. She doesn't do well with people touching her. Or do you want to get bit?" The worker then let go of my wrist. "I was talking to you. You think you can get paid if you just chat with others?" she said. My friend and I were confused. The uniform at this place for non-costume people was bright orange with a jack-o'-lantern with their attraction's name on the shirt and a lanyard that pretty much said they were staffed there too. I was wearing a big black winter coat, unzipped, showing a skull shirt with a one-eyed raccoon hat and paw gloves. My friend was wearing her skull pants and skull hoodie. The worker we were talking to before was looking at us and to her with the same confusion we had, and we all stated. I laugh at this because groups saying the same thing makes me laugh. I, she, they don't work here. The female worker looked embarrassed and said, "Well, don't dress like you do. Enjoy the attraction," before she rushed off. My friend and I thought that was the end of that, and we had no idea it was just starting. We checked in and got into an argument with the owner over the ticket. Well, more so since he snapped at us for even asking about it. We wandered off grumbling about how rude the owner was to raise his voice at someone who wasn't yelling and got in line for the hayride. We were non-VIP, while others were VIP. The lines were not very defined, but I knew where they were since I had been there so many times before. When some other people came up, they were VIPs and got into the wrong spot. The spot they were in would have gotten them run over since the tractor comes through there. I rushed over. "Guys, where are you headed?" I asked, trying to get them out of the path while being polite as possible. "Oh, we're trying to find the hayride line," said one woman. "I see you got the glow stick. You must be VIPs. Yeah, this is the tractor path. Not a good place to be. It's over here," I said and showed them the way. I then jumped over the divider to join my friend who was groaning about how I didn't need to do that. "So what time does it start?" asked the woman from before since we were nearby. "It's supposed to start at 7, yet it never does. Not sure why." Man who was with the woman: "Why don't you know? You work here." My friend starts laughing as I glare at her. "No, I don't work here. I just come here a lot," I said, smiling at them. "Oh my god, I thought you worked here. I'm sorry we disturbed you," said the woman from before, looking genuinely shocked. I shrugged it off and we all started talking and laughing. That was until we heard, "Why aren't you in uniform? Where's your light?" called a voice as a woman in a uniform stormed up to us. No one answered her. She got up to me and pointed a finger in my face. "You are responsible for this area, aren't you? Well, answer me." I was stunned at how forward this woman was. "She doesn't work here. Trust me, I made that mistake earlier," said the woman from the VIP group. The worker paused and looked at me. "Are you sure? She was helping you." "I really don't work here. I'm here to have fun. Can you back up? You're freaking me out." The worker looked unhappy, but apologised and wandered off. The night drew on, and got to say, I kept getting people confusing me for a worker, mainly by people who worked there. Any customers who thought I worked there because I knew the way around better than the workers, or because I was able to make things scarier as my friend and I made dark jokes and tried to spook each other out. In total, over 20 times at least telling people I don't work here. I was tired from those explanations. We just finished the last attraction, which was a maze. Not really impressed. It was rather lame this time. When the owner came up to us, he grabbed my hand and plopped some keys in my hand. "You're driving the last tractor of the night." My friend was grinning as the owner was about to leave. "Excuse me, I think you're confused. I don't work here. In fact, we had an argument earlier. Can't you tell who I am?" The owner turned red. "You work here," he snapped. "I don't. Here are your keys," I said, tossing him the keys and starting to walk off. "If you leave now, you're fired," he yelled at me. "Alright," I said, walking off. We ran into the worker from earlier and told him about it. He said that they hired a bunch of new faces and no one knew who anyone was. He said sorry. But I really am not going back. The owner couldn't even tell who he had a fight with and who worked for him. Damn, that must have been so uncomfortable, and that's 2 staff members and the owner being outright aggressive towards a paying customer. If that was me, I would have filed the biggest complaint if someone was grabbing my wrist or sticking their finger in my face and yelling at me. What a shambles. Okay, so that's all for r/IDontWorkHereLady. I really hope you did enjoy it. As always, if you do want to see more content like this, then please do subscribe. My Twitter, Discord and Patreon links are in the description, and any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching.